AI is going to replace all our jobs. I don't think that is correct. I think one thing we should all appreciate and understand that AI will have an impact on every job. There will be tools and technology around us that will help us to be more productive, to do more what we can do today. So will it replace all jobs? No. But will it have impacts on all jobs? Yes, it will. AI always gives the right answer. That's not correct either. AI or any AI solution is only as good as the data is trained on. If the data that it has been trained on is correct, then the likelihood is that you will get the right answer. But if the data has been trained on is not correct, then yes, of course, it will not provide you the correct answer. So I don't think that is correct. Will AI ever become super intelligent and uncontrollable? I don't think that would be the case, because if you look at the history, we've been in this situation before where the technologies that are mimicking human behaviors were introduced and the similar sort of concerns were there. I think the one thing we need to appreciate is that when a technology as new as what we're dealing with here, emerges, the guardrails, the security infrastructure around it, or even the legislation around it, isn't as mature as the technology itself, and eventually those things will catch up. And I hope that it will not get to the point where it become completely uncontrollable. AI trained on your data. I think that's an interesting question. One thing you need to understand is that some of the recent advancements that we have seen in the space of AI, especially when it comes to OpenAI and the other tech or the Gen AI, the recent Gen AI advancements. If you trace back how this technology emerged, it was trained on all the publicly available data at some point, not a distant past. But one thing to kind of a more looking forward into is that if an AI is if the solution that you are using in our public domain and not controlled and governed by your organization policies, then possibly yes, your data could be used to train models. But if you are using solutions, for example, Microsoft 365 Copilot or so on, they are guaranteed by the similar guarantees of security that Microsoft, for example, offers on the rest of their stack. AI is another way of saying chatbot. I think it's a very common misconception, because one of the common experience that as an ordinary person or as an individual that we have is using chat experience to use any AI solutions. So by definition, when somebody talks about AI, the first thing comes to the mind is a chat experience of using AI solution. However, I think it's fair to say that AI is not limited to chat experience. And some of the recent advancements and the useful tools that we are seeing that are actually not chat-based solutions. So it could be different things depending on the use case and the context. It could be triggered on the back of an email. It could be triggered on a file being dropped in a folder, for example, or it could also be, or uploading of a document, or you take a picture and of a receipt and something kicks in and create an expense transaction for you. So not necessarily it's true. However, this is probably the most common use case and most common way of interacting with AI.